But my top focus remains the third day of protests in Chennai in favor of the bull sport of Jallikattu. The movement is gathering momentum, showing no signs of slowing down. Those are the pictures that we are getting you 60 hours into the protests that have been taking place with the center of Chennai's famous Marina Beach. Thousands of people, as you can see, have lined up the beach. Tamilians saying this is an assault on their culture and identity. Youth power in particular on display on the beaches of Chennai and indeed spreading across Tamil Nadu. The Tamil Nadu Chief Minister has met the Prime Minister, who said that he could not interfere at the moment because the matter is sub-judice. Remember, the ban on the sport of Jallikattu is what these youth want lifted, and they have been joined in this by several celebrities, including A.R. Rahman and Vishwanathan Anand. Let's tell you all that's happened on a day when more drama has taken place in Tamil Nadu.
India's largest beach, covered by a sea of humanity. Chanting in one voice, we want Jallikattu. It was the third consecutive day of the mass protests in Chennai's heart, of what it calls its culture.
The energy hasn't been deterred whatsoever. Look at this crowd. There's so many of them seated together in solidarity. There's only one word that's echoing across Chennai, and that is remove the banner on Jallikattu. You can see, of course, massive sloganeering also taking place. But what's really nice to see is that this is a completely peaceful protest.
And the crowds just kept on swelling. The excitement was palpable when the Tamil Nadu Chief Minister met with Prime Minister Modi. As if a collective sigh went up from the crowd when there was no concrete development out of that meeting.
Look around me and see the kind of atmosphere around here. People are not happy with what the Chief Minister has said.
The Prime Minister must understand, for the demonetization we were waiting for so many days. You changed so many ordinances. We accepted it. We need you, Prime Minister. Please do the ordinance today. Then only it will be great help to make a peaceful things throughout the country.
Meanwhile, the protest continues to spread to rest of Tamil Nadu.
This is the center when it comes to Jallikattu, and perhaps the sentiments and emotions of people are much more stronger here because they are closer to this tradition of Jallikattu here, and the locals have been very clear that they will continue and intensify their protests until they can get a favourable verdict.
The protest for Jallikattu seems to be turning into a full-blown people's movement. But amidst all the emotion riding high, the central question still stands unanswered. Which is more important, human sentiment or animal life? With Akshita, Akshaya, Pramod in Chennai, Revati in Madurai, here a report for India Today.
Okay, let's try and find out just what the mood in Chennai at the moment is. I want to go right across to our correspondents, where, as you can see, even at nightfall, thousands have gathered from Marina Beach. Akshita, Nangopal and Akshaya Nath are joining me from Madurai. Revati Rajivan is with me. I want to come to you, Akshita, first. Where you are, I want to understand from the people behind you, what is driving them now? 60 hours, no sign that the centre will bring an ordinance lifting the ban on Jallikattu. Are they determined to stay there for how long?
Rajdeep, before I get people to answer the question, I want to show you how colourful this place is, how colourful the protests are. I've got Indian martial artists here. I've got a mini Bharatiyar here. I've got people from all walks of life really who've come together for this protest. It's 9 p.m. and this is the mood in Marina Beach. You know, you, Aditya, have been someone who's been with the protests all through. For many years, you've been campaigning for Jallikattu. Give me exactly what drives you at this point. Give me details, because, you know, we've seen that all hopes were pinned on the Chief Minister meeting the Prime Minister today. But we didn't get anything out of that. It turned out to be a damn squib. No ordinance. You know, the bull wasn't removed from the list of animals that are used for exhibition and training. What is your next step? Because are you going to get any results from protesting here is the question.
Basically, we are confused now. We ask the state government and they blame the central government. And the central government says the state government can make the amends in the guidelines. So we are confused and we don't know whom to talk towards. So we are planning to just continue the protest as long as we get a solution to this problem. We, myself and my friends, we've been supporting this cause for a very long period. And even this time we were at Alanganallur on Monday, and then from Tuesday we were here in Marina Beach supporting the cause. What drives us is the identity. This is Tamil cultures and this Tamil identity, and we want to stand by it. And people have been, they are accusing us, saying it's cruelty of animals, which is not true. No bull is harmed, even one drop of blood, and the game is stopped. That's how we treat the bulls. We treat them as family members. He's a farmer. He has cows in his house and he is doing agriculture. You can ask him how important it is for him.
You tell us, how important is Jallikattu for you? Why do you feel that it's a question of Tamil pride, as it's been said time and again?
First of all, it's not only a Tamil pride. All over India they were following like this. But unfortunately, like years goes on, they stopped doing in each and every state. And finally, but still we are fighting for that. And rather than telling it's an culture, I like to say we are trying to preventing a breed.
Prevent the extinction of the breed, that is. All the native breeds are being nurtured for this purpose as of now. Most of the breeds have been extinct as of now.
Okay.
So only few breeds are alive.
Okay. I want to bring in another Chennaiite. His name is Sai Karthik. He's been here from day one. He told me that he's went for the Tidal Park protest as well in Chennai. If you can tell us, how realistic is it to expect that you can bring about change by coming together here in Marina? Now that the Chief Minister has said, the Prime Minister has said that we can't pass an ordinance because this matter is sub-judice, how do you expect this to develop?
Okay, see, we started this when Alanganallur started. They started it on Monday. We started the next day morning, and since today we haven't got a proper response. And we are not going to stop till we get a response from the government, even it's state government or even it's the Supreme Court. So the state government has not opened their mouth for a long time. It's been more than a month that they have given a proper result. They just told that we are also facing a drought situation in Tamil Nadu, and they just made Tamil Nadu. They have given the ordinance that Tamil Nadu is drought hit, but they haven't given any relief or asked for support from central government. We haven't got the support from central government also still.
Okay. So
Akshita, what I want to understand...
That's the sentiment really here, Rajdeep. I'm trying to get you a sense of really how people are feeling today.
No, I want to understand, are they saying that if the centre or the state government does not bring in an ordinance, they will continue protesting? I mean, is this being seen there as Chennai's Anna movement, where Anna Hazare had fasted because he wanted a Lokpal bill, and now Chennai is saying unless an ordinance is brought by the Narendra Modi government, they will continue to protest? Is that what they are saying? They will not leave Marina Beach?
So help us understand this. You know, the entire nation is wondering, when will this protest stop? Are you going to continue till you see the action that you want, till that ordinance is passed? And if the government is stubborn, then what happens? There are a lot of comparisons to the Anna Hazare movement that we saw, because this is also a peaceful protest. This has been organized by the people. This is clear show of power, the power of democracy that's really on display. So how long will this continue?
3 days we have been protesting, and the Prime Minister hasn't addressed us yet. This is the scenario. They don't notice us. We actually feel that we are being treated as a stepmother treatment. That's how we feel. That's how they're treating us. So we would like to continue the protest as long as possible and to make the sound audible there.
But why do you feel that Tamilians are being targeted, that your culture, that your tradition is being targeted? Because this was treated not as a sport that belongs to Tamil Nadu. It was treated as a sport that involves animals.
First of all, we like to say not only Tamil Nadu, they are targeting all the breeds in all the states. So it's like in business here. So they are trying to bring the business inside. So multinational company trying to bring their products inside. So they have started killing all native breeds and all.
And they're bringing in Jersey cows and also.
No, Akshita, I am not getting an answer though to the central question. How long?
The sentiment here, Rajdeep,
How
and
long will these protests continue? Let me go to Akshaya Nath, who's also joining me. Akshaya Nath, I want the answer to that. Are the protesters saying they will continue to protest till such time as the ordinance is moved? Isn't this a form of blackmail? Don't they believe? Aren't you blackmailing the central government? Aren't you blackmailing the Supreme Court? Aren't you blackmailing the state government, Akshaya? How do people respond to that specific question?
Well, Rajdeep, from day one, when 8 people started this protest after looking at a post that was circulated on social media, and soon after 200, 500, and now you can see 50,000 or more people have gathered here at the Marina Beach, and all of them had started with this common consensus and with one point agenda that unless and until Jallikattu would be accepted, they are not going to move out of this place. But I'll also put this question to them as to how long are you guys going to, continue this protest in this location?
It's going to be a really indefinite strike only like that. We'll go in a peaceful way until we get Jallikattu to be done in my state. Okay.
But until it is done, when is that until? How many more days will you protest? The Republic Day is coming very soon. What are you going to do? Marina Beach is the site where they will be celebrating the Republic Day.
Yeah, we're really sorry to say that we won't be able allow them to go do practice and everything. The thing is,
blackmail.
For us, Jallikattu is the main thing.
But Akshita, isn't this blackmail?
Is there any why
Akshita,
so many
I want you to ask them, isn't this blackmail?
A kind of a blackmail? Isn't this a kind of a blackmail that you guys are doing?
So banning Jallikattu is not a blackmail?
No, but Peter rights activists and also the Supreme Court has cited that there are a lot of cruelty that is being done to the animal. So they are not imposing or they're not blackmailing you, but isn't this a threat to the state government when you're saying you're not going to move out, you're not going to let people to practice this their parade here?
This is not a threat to the government. This is not a threat to the government. This is our rights. We demand our rights. This is never a threat to the government.
It's cruelty to an animal, you're right.
Oh, so exporting beef all over India, all over the world. We are the number one in exporting beef all over the world.
Actually, so we have a point. Actually, it's a sport. It's a traditional sport. Each and every sport has rules and regulation. You can scrutinize the rules and regulation, but not banning a sport.
But this is a subject that is there in the Supreme Court. The Supreme Court still hasn't made a decision on it. So are you trying to create an Anna Hazare movement kind where you're pressurizing the central government to bring in an ordinance immediately?
No, actually we are doing this protest very, very silently. We are not doing any protest. We are not disturbing any public. Actually, we are doing in a silent manner, and we will keep on continue this protest until unless we get a solution.
We will continue to protest. You're saying we will continue to protest. There. Let me go to Pramod Madhav at the moment. Pramod Madhav, you're also there at that same beach. Let me try and understand who are the people who have gathered there at the moment around you. Is this a spontaneous protest? N. Ram yesterday on our program claimed that many of the protesters had political alignments. What would the students there like to tell the likes of N. Ram today on the program? Okay, I want to go to Madurai, to Revati Rajivan. Revati, in Madurai itself, how are people seeing it? Are they also going to carry on these protests even until Republic Day if necessary?
Well, Rajdeep, when you talk about Madurai, it's perhaps the center when it comes to Jallikattu. Remember, the overnight protest started first in Alanganallur village, which is the village in Madurai district. Alanganallur, Avaniyapuram and Palamede. These three villages are the center when it comes to Jallikattu. And we have been reporting during Pongal as well how the locals even went ahead and defied the court ban and held Jallikattu even the smallest ways possible. So that's the kind of reaction that we have seen. But from the day the protest started, that is the last day of Pongal, the protests have been peaceful so far. But today they have gone one step further, blocking trains in Madurai as well. So let me bring you voices from the locals. They have made it clear that they will intensify the protest, but in what form? How are you going to intensify your protest now? So far you have protested peacefully, but today some of your fellow protesters even stopped the trains. Is it right to stop services? Is it right to go ahead with such kind of protest? Is that your plan forward?
Yeah, I do understand. It is said that those who make peaceful resolutions impossible will make violent revolutions inevitable. And therefore it is the state and the central government that instigate the people, those who are already protesting peacefully, to enter into violence. And the state and the central government is ready to listen if only we enter into violence and violent forms of expressing our views and our cultural identity. And therefore it becomes essential. If they don't respect
You're saying now violence is essential for you to bring your voice across to the government?
I don't mean violence, but central and state governments are ready to listen to the voices of the masses if only that creates a violence situation.
So is this sort of a warning to the government that if they do not listen to the peaceful protest that you're going ahead and going to be violent?
No, in fact, it is the government that should take up this stand instead. Because the government does not do it, we, the people who elected the government, are supposed to do that, and we will continue to do that.
Is it right to block trains? Is it right to block services as part of your protest?
No, end only means, okay, end means. So end is the thing. And the history
the end that matters, and you are saying this is a warning to the government?
Not a warning as such. It has always been the history, and the history repeats that if only you protest violently, and then if only you protest strongly, the government is ready to heed to our voices.
Otherwise,
I also want to go for a moment to Pramod Madhav. As you can see, voices, angry voices, virtually justifying even the violence that has taken place in one or two parts. Pramod Madhav, give us a sense again. Are the protesters going to carry on as long as these visuals play out on national television? Do they want to make this Chennai's Anna Hazare moment? We'll go to Pramod Madhav in a moment, who's been with me there. But I want to take that question. Is this Chennai's Anna moment? And I want to raise those questions. Should the law respect people's will or not? What's more important, the law or people's will? The Jallikattu ban, what is the way out? Are the protests simply a means to put pressure on the Supreme Court and the government? Does the Jallikattu ban really dent the Tamil identity? Should Narendra Modi's government now lead the efforts to resolve the row? And the biggest question that I want to raise, is this Chennai's Anna moment? Is this simply Chennai's Anna moment? Joining me now is Gauri Molekhi. She's the animal rights activist. Bala Kumar Somu is one of the organizers of these Jallikattu protests. Singaiji Ramchandran is member of the AIDMK. Appreciate your joining us. Gauri Molekhi, you're listening to those angry voices today on the streets of Chennai. Some of them are calling for a ban on PETA. Some of them are saying that your organizations or animal rights groups, their entire finances to be checked. What do you want to say to the people of Chennai who are saying enough is enough, we must have our Jallikattu?
Yeah, it is the common.
Okay.
1 minute, Gauri, go
let
ahead.
me start by saying that these are misinformed, misled beliefs. Right now, a lot of the politicians in the state government have led these people into believing that the center can do something about it, take out an ordinance or change the law or various other things, all through 2016, which has led to a build-up of expectations, which has resulted in this protest today. Frankly, legally, there is no ordinance possible which will frustrate an existing ruling of the Supreme Court. So there is no question of any action from the center or state which would be legally sound, which has been reiterated by the PMO today. This was kind of
So
quite
you
likely.
are basically...
However, the Tamil...
So you are saying as an animal rights activist, you are unwilling to consider a compromise? No, 1 minute, ma'am. As an animal rights activist, you are unwilling to consider a compromise. What if...
Well, absolutely, a compromise...
No, why not have Jallikattu with regulations?
No, we are absolutely
why not have
willing to consider
Jallikattu with regulations?
In fact, okay. In 2011, the Jallikattu Regulation Act of Tamil Nadu was brought in.
Yes.
It was then noticed that the act is meaningless on the ground. The Supreme Court actually appointed committees headed by collectors to see if the act was actually, playing out into preventing cruelty. It did not. Because you cannot make a bull run unless you incite it, unless you aggravate it through various means, breaking of tail,
so you are
putting
saying
chili
no
powder
question.
and a whole lot of
so
other
you are
nonsense,
saying no question of a compromise.
Now what I fail to understand is, no, we are saying that no, actually there is a compromise. The whole festival, the harvest festival of Pongal has not been banned. Please remember that. It is only in a few pockets of Tamil Nadu. This one Jallikattu celebration that was happening was found to be quite unethical and contradictory to the Prevention of Cruelty to Animals Act. So this one practice has been stopped. Nowhere is it linked to Tamil culture.
Nowhere is it linked to Tamil culture.
Nowhere is it linked to Pongal.
Respond to that.
Inseparable from Pongal.
Balakumar Somu respond to what Gauri Maulek. 1 minute, ma'am. Let's hear. She is saying it is not linked to Tamil culture. This is a false argument which has been created, and you have stirred passions, stirred emotions, created Tamil sub-nationalism in a way, in a very dangerous manner. Today it is people of Tamil Nadu who are protesting. Tomorrow it will be some other state who will go against Supreme Court, against centre's orders.
Well, the lady's statement here very clearly outlines how far removed from reality these people are. They are the urban elite who have nothing to do with the farming culture or the livestock keepers. Let me come to the cultural part. Jallikattu has a recorded history of over 4,000 years. From
you have no
the
idea
Indus
who I
Valley
am.
civilization, where we have a seal representing Jallikattu. From then on, every other Tamil epic, Tamil literature refers to Jallikattu. What else do we need? Jallikattu is one of the oldest continuing human-animal contact sport today on earth, and it is a part and parcel of our Tamil culture. She, unfortunately, doesn't know what is culture. What is Tamil culture? Let me come back to it. Do they even know that Jallikattu is just one part of a cycle of events that sustains the rural economy? What is Jallikattu? Let us first understand this is not a sport at all. Jallikattu is an ancient form of cattle show. This is an ancient form of cattle show where we exhibit the best stud bulls of the village and the region. And what for? We exhibit the best stud bulls
you can
so
still
that
hug the cattle, you can still rear the cattle, you can still have agrarian practices. Who's stopping anyone from doing that?
Still is in vogue in Tamil Nadu. So Jallikattu is just one part. See, these guys have dog shows. What do you have dog shows for? Just to create champions, just to exhibit your dog, isn't it? And what do you have as tests for dogs?
Even those are regulated.
How do you walk? How is it shaped? Same
Nobody's
thing.
pouncing on the dog.
1 minute.
For a stud bull, what do you have? Virility and the strength. How do you show the strength? In India, Jallikattu is one part. Everywhere in India, all over India and the world, we have these things to display the strength.
Can I just hold on? No, please hold on. Mr. Somu, you are on a roll. Please hold on. Mr. Somu, please hold on now. Please, Mr. Somu, I'm going to switch. You have to give time to everyone. I have to give time to everyone to speak. You will get the equal time. Please do not take over the show in this manner. But it's not just you. There are celebrities who have lined up. Listen in, over the last few days, particularly here on India Today, virtually every celebrity has lined up to support Jallikattu, many of them with links to Tamil Nadu. The latest is Sri Ravi Shankar. Listen in to what he had to say.
எல்லாருக்கும் வணக்கம். நான் உங்க விஜய் பேசுகிறேன். உலகம் பூரா சட்டத்தை உருவாக்குனது மக்களோட கலாச்சாரத்தையும் உரிமையையும் பாதுகாக்கத்தான், அதை பறிக்கிறதுக்கு இல்லை. தமிழனோட அடையாளம் ஜல்லிக்கட்டு. எதையும் எதிர்பார்க்காம, யாரோட தூண்டுதலும் இல்லாமல், எந்த விதமான கட்சி பேதமும் இன்றி தமிழ் என்ற ஒரே உணர்வோட இந்த போராட்டத்தில் குதிச்சிருக்கிற அத்தனை இளைஞர்களுக்கும் நான் தலை வணங்குறேன். இது சம்பந்தமாக கைது செய்யப்பட்டவங்களை வெளியே அனுப்பிட்டா நான் சந்தோஷப்படுறேன்.
Jallikattu is not an entertainment சம்பந்தப்பட்ட ஒரு விஷயம் இல்லை. This is a sport. இதில் வந்து ஃபர்ஸ்ட் ப்ரைஸு செகண்ட் ப்ரைஸ் அப்படியெல்லாம் இல்லை. The winner is the bull and the winner is the tamer. It just happens for 30 seconds. This is not connected just to that one particular day. This is connected to a farmer's life. ஒரு விவசாயியோட வாழ்க்கைக்கு சம்மந்தப்பட்ட ஒரு விஷயம். இன்னைக்கு வந்து நிறைய breeds are getting extinct only because of this particular issue. ஒரு தேர்ட் பார்ட்டியாக, ஒரு அன்பயஸ்டாக ஒரு டீமை வந்து இது இன்வெஸ்டிகேட் பண்ணி வச்சாங்கன்னா ஒரு நல்ல அது வந்து கரெக்டான பிக்சர் தெரியப்படும்.
I think we have taken it to an extreme without proper representation of what really Jallikattu is. So I feel we must respect the Supreme Court and appeal to the Supreme Court again with the right representation what exactly happens in Jallikattu and how it is, it's not cruelty to animal, rather it is honoring the animal.
So there you have a variety of celebrity voices all coming out, particularly from Tamil Nadu or in neighboring states, in strong support of Jallikattu. But Singai Ramachandran, I want you to hear the voices of the people on the street. The students we have been speaking to are saying the AIDMK is playing a dangerous double game. You are passing the buck onto the center. You need to take a stand. You have woken up too late. You have woken up only after these protests, Singai Ramachandran. The AIDMK needs to also take a clear stand, and a stand which should not be seen to simply be encouraging passions or inciting passions. You need to also work towards a compromise.
Yes, Rajdeep. So to answer that question, so this was not started by AIDMK immediately right now. So this we have been working for a very long time. If you look at it, the Honorable Purachi Talavi Amma have told about this in the election manifesto. When she met the Honorable Prime Minister of India, she also insisted this point. And apart from that, particular times our MPs along with the team, they have gone there and they have...
Singai Ramachandran, you woke up only just before Pongal. That is the truth. You all woke up just before Pongal. The people are there angry. I want you to listen to them. Akshita, what would the people like to tell Singai Ramachandran of the AIDMK? What would the people like to tell their government there?
Okay. So, you know, we've seen this is an apolitical movement, but we've got a guest with us who is of the AIDMK. What do you want to tell him now? In a line, give him a message of what this agitation is all about. What do you have to tell him?
There are, I think, 37 MPs from ADMK, and we want them to resign because they have not spoken in the parliament about this for a very long period. As far as I know, I think they spoke about Jallikattu in 2015. They have not spoken about it later, after that. So we just want them to resign their jobs and just leave.
Okay, Singai Ramachandran, you hear that voice?
Political party.
Singai Ramachandran,
you know, they have
people want you to resign.
I don't agree that it's an AIDMK member, but people are trying to politicize this. People are trying to capitalize the particular situation, and they are trying to while away the cause, the pure cause of what the general youth and public are trying.
The youth are saying your member should resign. Your youth are saying the AIDMK member should resign from parliament on this issue. That's what they are saying.
I don't agree with that because in the crowd there are some people in the opposition who are trying to capitalize the situation. Because in Rajya Sabha, MP Maitreyan have already spoke about Jallikattu, and Honorable Amma have met the Prime Minister in person and spoke about Jallikattu, and she said it should be taken into consideration, and our MPs have already met. So
your
I
MPs
would suggest that if
so
they
there is
already
no...
met. I'm saying that why can't the central government put an ordinance? If for NEET examination they can put an ordinance, if for land acquisition they can put an ordinance, why can't the central government put an ordinance for this? It is the voice of about 7% of India's population.
That's an interesting way to put it. You believe for Jallikattu there should be ordinance like there was for the land acquisition law, like there was for the NEET medical exam, is what you are suggesting. But Revati Rajivan, what do the people around you want to tell the AIDMK government today?
Well, the locals have expressed their anger, but in particular, what do you want to say? What is the one thing that you want to say the AIDMK government at the moment?
Ma'am, if I am not about ADMK government, if central government or Animal Welfare Board has the intention to bring foreign corporates into our country, it will lead. For example, if you take an Amazon, it is an US-based e-commerce chain.
Okay. So central government has said that they have nothing more to do in this because the matter is sub-judice. But what do you want to tell the AIDMK government in Tamil Nadu?
No, ma'am. For example, if we take an e-commerce chain, they are printing a Gandhiji's photos in slippers and doormats. Is this an example for foreign direct investment? Like this, a basic need of milk will be injected with or contaminated, and we will get disease, and alternate source will be given by corporates.
No, 1 minute. What kind of rubbish are you saying? I'm sorry to say this. I'm sorry to intervene. Please let's not spread rubbish on the channel.
It is the duty of the government to safeguard the cultural, linguistic and ethnical identity of Tamils, and AIDMK
அதிமுகவுடைய ரோல் என்னன்னு கேக்குறாங்க.
Okay, you want the linguistic cultural identity of Tamils to be protected. Let's not get into aspects like contaminated milk. But you know, Gauri, there are these rumors which are being spread that there is a breed of bulls which will die out. This is one of the main arguments that is now being made, that farmers will suffer. An entire breeding of a particular type of bull will go extinct if you ban Jallikattu. That is one of the arguments that is spreading like wildfire today among the protesters.
That's ludicrous. That's completely ludicrous. Every state of India has various varieties of native cattle, and that native cattle has to be preserved. It's very important it should be preserved, and it should not be crossbred with foreign species. But that crossbreeding is happening because of the livestock development policies of individual states, whereby semen from foreign cattle is being inseminated into our cows, which everybody is against. That has nothing to do with Jallikattu. Breeding of cattle can easily happen like it happens in every other state. Native cattle can be promoted in Tamil Nadu like it's promoted anywhere else in India. Why should they be, the cattle be made to run like that, or be tortured like that only for their breeding?
Yes, Balakumar Somu, quick response, and then I'll take a break. Balakumar Somu, quick response. You are spreading a lie.
Tamil Nadu's case is totally different. Tamil Nadu's case is totally different. The North Indian breeds are milch cattle which give you a lot of milk. They are reared for milk. The Central Indian cattle are dual purpose, where they can work a bit and then give you a decent quantity of milk. But the breeds of Tamil Nadu are purely draft animals. They don't give you milk at all. They give you 1.5 or 1.5 liters. That is it. The cattle are all draft animals. When tractors came in, they lost some purpose, and then when the when the ploughing were taken over, they lost some purpose. Then when the mini trucks came in, they lost a lot of purpose in their life for bullock carts. So they were used for bullock carts. They lost their purpose. Right now, the only purpose for the draft animals, for the purpose here is for the bullock cart racers,
the Indian Council for Agricultural Research has come up with a whole policy on how to promote native breeds.
Then there is no incentive, no necessity to rear these animals. They are not kept for milk in Tamil Nadu.
Mr. Somu,
so that is scientific in our approach of breeding.
Cattle of Tamil Nadu are totally different from what we have in other states.
Okay, cattle of Tamil Nadu are totally different from what you have in other states, but there is enough agriculture research also, Mr. Somu, I can say that you can continue with the native breed. It's not as if Jallikattu, it's not as if without Jallikattu those native breeds cannot be raised. I think you are slightly exaggerating. You are slightly exaggerating the nature of the issue, but I'll come back to you. I'll give you a chance to respond. But I just want to say this protest is unique in the sense that in the past you've had large gatherings that have been witnessed. Usually it is in Chennai for a political party or a mega film star. This time, interestingly, protests are being led by youth, many professionals, and that really is what is making it so fascinating. Take a look and I'll come back with more.
Jallikattu, bringing people together since inception. From the young to the old.
We are with these youngsters. All are marine engineers, and very soon you will become marine engineers. All are from eminent university. An interesting thing is that they got official leave so that they can participate in this protest here at Marina Beach.
From Kashmir to Kanyakumari.
Basically, it's not about Tamil identity, it's about our rights, and we all have the rights to preserve our culture. So I stand for Jallikattu.
The cries have rung out. A cause that's brought thousands together. A cry that's shaken people into action. Tributes have poured in all forms. From sand sculptures to full-blown statues. A couple in Trichy even chose to celebrate their wedding by joining the protests. It's clear this cause has massive support. And not just in Chennai. Tamil Nadu has one clear message to convey.
They think that we cannot do anything, but we can do everything because we have the power to do that. They think that we are there in the politicians, but we have more than power. Because of us, they are there.
With Akshaya Nath, Akshita Nandagopal, Revati Rajivan, Ashish Pandey and Pramod Madhav in Chennai. Bureau Report, India Today.